Morning all, welcome to another vlog. So this is another van conversion episode. It's Easter Sunday, out walking the dogs as normal. And yeah, this one, we get a bit more of the insulation done on the back doors and the side panels. Not completed yet with the insulation. And I also cut the board for the ply-fall flooring. So I'll let you see how we get on with that. So it's Monday night and just trying to fit in working on the van whenever I can, basically. So yeah, I've just put a few more of these insulating panels on the side there. So I've still got loads of them left, so I'll probably put some on the roof as well as the foam matting on the roof as well. But there's these wee cavities here that are difficult to get stuff into, so I'm going to start using some of this recycled plastic loft insulation for that, and then see how I get on. Okay, so I've been shopping again. I was going to get the insulation board from B&Q, but they didn't have any in stock, so I used a local building suppliers called Carried Off Building Supplies. So I suppose it's better to support a local business anyway rather than the big multinationals. And yeah, this is the one I got. It's a Quinn Therm. So I think it was a bit more expensive than the one I was going to get from B&Q. So I've got 2 sheets of this, 25mm, plus some of the foam filler stuff, but it's a sticky foam filler, so you can stick it to the basically stick it to anything, but yeah, sticking to the other insulation that's going to be in the van, the silver panels. So yeah, that's what I've just spent 60 quid on there. So yeah, still a bit more work to do with the other silver panels before I get to cutting down some of this thermal insulation. So I'm just going to stick this in the garage and carry on with the other stuff I was doing last night. With some of these smaller pieces that I'm sticking up, I'm not bothering with the heat gun because that size with the heat gun in my hand isn't a good mix. But yeah, there seems to be enough stickiness anyway. I'm still going to do it on the big panels, but yeah, for these tiny wee strips, I'm just going to cut it and fit it. This stuff's quite handy to use because when you've got wee edges like this, as you saw just then, you hold it up against it and you press in, you create a line along it, so that gives you a good line for cutting against. So yeah, it's quite handy stuff to work with. Okay, so I'm back in the van after being distracted by my new drone for a couple of days there. I thought I'd better get some work done. So yesterday I was down at Halford's, down Patrick, getting some waxile. A friend of mine had recommended putting this in the bottom of the doors, so where there is potential risk of rust developing. So I thought I'd do that. I also saw in another video for the bits where the lock is in the vans can be a potential point where water gets in. So one of the other van conversion channels I watch, Vandemonium, he'd recommended wrapping the insulation inside a plastic bag for those bits, so then that deals with any water coming in, and it means you've got easier access if you do need to access the locks once you've done all the insulation. So yeah, I think that's going to be today's job, is cleaning in where the bits where I'm going to spray the wax oil, getting them all tidy, giving it a spray, and see what other jobs we can do today. Okay, so we've got the wax oil here, so we're just going to put it into the bottom of these doors here, see how we get on. Give it a big shake first. I don't know what colour I was expecting it to be, but I didn't think it was going to be that dirty brown colour. So apparently it doesn't completely dry out, and it just stops the moisture getting in. Do a bit of the corners here. Decided to put the overalls on, it was getting a bit messy. Yeah, so I did cut some of the insulation board a bit smaller, so I'm going to fit some of it in these cavities here. I think it's mainly sort of, once I put a few of these layers in, then I'll make sure the insulation I put down at the bottom is wrapped in the plastic bag. Morning folks, it's Good Friday, so I'm just taking the dogs out for the usual morning walk here. So yeah, hopefully gonna get a lot of work done on the van today. I've got the skylight fan thing came during the week, so I'm not too sure whether that's going to be fitted this weekend, because I've got to do the ply floor as well. So yeah, I've got to choose which one I'm going to do first. There's also some of the insulation to carry on with as well. So yeah, I'll play it by ear as I go along. So yeah, don't think I'm going to be travelling too far from home this weekend, because the restrictions are still on. Holly's chasing rabbits again. Thankfully she never catches them. And yeah, so I may as well take this opportunity while we've still got some restrictions to keep plodding away at the van and get it done, so when they do open up properly, then I'll have the van to use as well. So I've lost Harvey already. Harvey! Harvey! Oh, here he comes. Come on. No, sniffing around as usual. Right, so I may get on with this walk, get back to the house and start work. Okay, so I think the first job I'm going to do today is stick some insulation into these back doors. I think I'm going to do the same as I did with the door at the front. You can't see it, it's open. But yeah, anywhere where I'm potentially going to need access to cables or whatever for, you know, the door mechanism, I'm going to put the insulation inside plastic bags. That means if access is ever needed, then it's not as big a job to remove it, to do whatever needs doing. Okay, let's get on with this. Okay, so that's as much insulation as I can shove into these back panels here, so I'm going to put the board back over them, and then it's time to move on to this bit. Now I've seen a couple of videos where people put 2 layers of this Insulating on, but then cut it to size around all these wee contours and stuff. But I think an easier way of doing it is going to be to make a bit of a sandwich. So we've got the loft insulation next, and then on top of the loft insulation, then I'll have the Insulating stuff. So it should be easier to handle, I think, anyway. So that's what we're going to try and do next. Just looking at this now that I've got it cut to size, I don't think on the back panels there's going to be enough space to put any of the loft insulation in between the 2 other layers. So I think I might just put this layer as it is, because at the sides there it is pretty close, like. And then there'll be some sort of panelling going over the top. So I think that should be good. Yeah, I'm going to cut it in with a couple of wee strips down the side there. But yeah, I think that's plenty for there. Now, when I was going to put the loft insulation, I was just going to use the spray adhesive. But as soon as I'm just putting the board up, I might try this foam stick stuff. It's very messy, but yeah, that might work better for this panel. just remembered I meant to get a pole to wedge this in place. There. Alright, just having a cup of tea here. I don't think I'll have to wait long for that to stick. A wee drop of it got on the shoe. I cannot really not peel it off, it's stuck that fast. Like. So yeah, I don't think we'll have to leave that on for long. We're going to have a bit of a tidy up here, that stuff's really messy. Still deciding best ways to do things as I go along, so I was going to put some more strips along there, but I think it might be better put a bit of the loft insulation and then go over with silver tape. I'm probably going to neat a line anyway. Not that neat line's really that important when stuff's going over the top. I don't know what's going over the top yet, that's another thing you need to work out, but yeah, I think we'll go with the loft insulation and silver tape there. The glue's been drying for a couple of minutes, so there we go, time to move on to the other door. Okay, another side done. Time to move inside and do some of the inside panels. So you know, this is the solar powered vlog this week. Got the camera plugged into the solar panel that's on the roof there. Okay, so I've just cut all of the quintherms to size for this gap up here. So just going to put some of the spray glue on, put some of the loft insulation on before I fit that. Okay, only going to do a wee bit more today. That's sticking now, but yeah, it's sticking out quite a fair bit. When I press it in, it goes level with the sides more or less. I'm just hoping when I put the wooden battens on and attach the slats that it'll pull everything in a lot tighter. It should do. I'm a happy man. I've just made a discovery. There's a hole in the top of the van and I had a look in and I saw there was a thread in there for screwing stuff in, and I was able to attach the lashing point that had been on the ground up there. So there is my attachment now for attaching a hammock. So come from there out the back of the van to a tree. So yeah, that's made my day. I'm easily pleased. Okay, Easter Saturday and we're back at it. So that's as much as I got done last night. Still needs a good bit of tidying up, but as soon as I do that, get onto the other side and that'll be the majority of the insulation done then. So ran out of the foil tape earlier, so didn't get a lot done today, and I ended up going on a walk with the family there. So apparently the weather's to turn tomorrow, so I want to get a couple of bits done. So what I might do now is cut the ply for the floor, see if we can get that done before sundown. Let's give it a go. I think I may have had the wrong settings on the camera there for the time lapse, but yeah, that's it cut anyway. So I'm sure there'll be a few bits and pieces I need to trim a bit neater when it goes into the van here. Okay, that's it in. Not perfect, so I mean, I did base it off the other floor that was in before, so I'm presuming that floor wasn't perfect either. But it doesn't really matter because it's not a floor that's going to be walked on at all, because the bed is going to be over the entire space of the van anyway, so yeah, it's not a big concern. I'll just fill a few of the gaps with something or other and put the trim back on the end, and it'll be grand. It'll have to be. I'm not wasting money on more board. Yeah, it's not ideal doing it with cardboard boxes as a base, but it's all I've got. Right, just going to try and see if this fits in now next to the other bit. I'd say there'll be a bit of trimming to do. Well, not too bad. It's not awful. Yeah, a bit of patching up. This bit's a wee bit short at the end, but there's going to be the metal trim, which goes about that deep anyway, so you'll not probably notice that bit. And then on the other side, it's a little bit over, so I just need to trim about, I don't know, a few centimetres off that side, and then screw it down. Okay, we're really starting to lose the light now, so I think I'm going to call it a day, and that'll do for this week's video as well. So we've got the board in. I haven't screwed it down yet. There's still a few edges to tidy up, and I might not screw it down until I've got new trim for it, just to see how much the trim sticks out. But yeah, the board's in. It'd probably be easier for working off rather than wrecking the foam layer underneath with my shoes. So yeah, glad to get that done. Okay, that'll do for this week then. Thanks for watching. Press the subscribe button if you haven't done already, and see you next week.